corpus is basically a collection of different documents with the same topic under the same schema. So how we can create a corpus for our own purposes? So whenever we talk about generation of corpus, we need 5 different steps for that creation purpose. So those steps are: number 1, we have to define nature of the data. Nature of the data means that which domain data we want to explore. For example, biological domain is one example. Similarly, second step is standard data sets. We want to look at if there are some standard data sets available which are comparable to our own new corpus. Third one is formalism. Formalism means that what are the basic rules and proofs while we are generating a corpus. One common example is mathematical formalism, statistical formalism, and many more. Then we have users of data sets. What would be the users of data set? For example, if we will put our corpus on online and it will be available freely and publicly for all the people, or it will be some specified area and with some domain information and knowledge. And finally, what are evaluation measures? How we will evaluate our corpus? Evaluation means testing of our corpus. Is it a good generated corpus or badly expressed corpus? Data mining now. Data mining is a field which helps us to find useful information from a given data. So what it does, what is the best or main purpose of data mining? It helps us to find association between different variables and actors inside the data. Here I will give you an example of market basket analysis, where if I say that we have 2 words which are onions and potatoes, and then whenever a person buys onions and potatoes with a burger, we will say that he is also buying some meat type thing. So we know that whenever we want to make a burger, it is onion, potatoes and some meat type things. So what is happening here is that we are combining facts and events together to make a data mining engine. So it discovers new knowledge and find new associations between given data. There are 2 more definitions. One is information retrieval, which I have written by IR, and the other one is information extraction, as written as IE. So what is IR? Basically, we can say that IR is finds what is known in all the data. So broadly speaking, we will say information retrieval tries to retrieve or search out things which are present in the complete data set. There is no extraction of further information. On the other hand, information extraction, it is more specific in a sense that from the given data, it first converts data into information and then retrieves information for the user. So I is more specific to the user as compared to IR. Here I have given an example of biomedical data annotations and relationships of this corpus with information extraction. So now we have 2 things. One is this biomedical knowledge. So this biomedical knowledge, it can be book level or different papers level, and then we have biomedical literature. So this literature is basically published work in the area of biomedical domain. So what is happening here, that information extraction systems can be developed by referencing annotated corpuses. As I have already said, that those annotated corpus help us to generate information extraction systems, and then these information extraction systems can be evaluated कि उनकी हम चेक कर सकते हैं कि वो कितने अच्छे systems हैं based on this annotation type things. Now what is the relationship between biomedical knowledge and biomedical literature? It is like this, that initially we have this information extraction system. So it is a linkage between biomedical knowledge and biomedical literature. Then we have annotation. So annotation is basically putting some tags or labels to this data which is part of biomedical knowledge and biomedical literature. So finally we have a relationship between annotation and information extraction. So if we see this thing, that from biomedical literature we move towards biomedical knowledge, and in between these 2 things we always have annotations. Annotation means putting labels to that data, and then information extraction systems, which means that getting some useful information from this literature and putting it into biomedical knowledge. So finally we can say that based on biomedical literature we gather some useful information which is a knowledge. So here I would just say one sentence about knowledge pyramid, which was from data we attain information. So this information is our biomedical literature, and from information we generate knowledge. So knowledge is a part which is gathered from literature, and through annotation and information extraction systems we are gathering biomedical knowledge. So how do we do text mining things? There is a complete text mining pipeline whenever we want to text mine our data. So what are those pipelines? At the initial level, for inputs we should have some textual documents. In our case, these textual documents can be any publication related to biomedical domain. Then we make retrieval or indexing of those documents. So indexing is basically assigning some label or text to those documents so that they can be efficiently retrieved for further usage. And then we want to have text processing. So for text processing, we apply different techniques from text processing area, such as word filters. Word filters mean that we want to find out specific words. Then we have pattern filters, lexicon matching, ontology, and then we have NLP parsing techniques. So for example, we apply different part of speech tags on a given document. Part of speech tags means, okay, we put names of DNA, RNA and proteins to specific words, and then we want to find out what is relationship between different words. And finally, we have feature extraction. This feature extraction can be done at 4 different levels. Number 1 is statistical level. Statistical level is a level where we have some numerical values, such as we have frequency counts of different words or tokens. Then we have pattern extraction and counts, how many patterns are there and what is their count in a given data. Then the second level can be domain specific. So domain specific, for example, for biological domain we have gene names, DNA names, protein names and so on. Then that can be NLP specific. NLP specific means that we put some names such as noun, pronouns, verbs, adjectives, etc. And then data mining. So for data mining we use different terms such as classification, clustering, regression and so on.